Now you can take your Vinicius top off on the back. Because Arsenal fans, cover your ears, get back in your boxes, as your top target, Vinicius Junior, has agreed a new 6-year deal with Jose's Real Madrid. I never thought he was coming. Really.
No, look, don't get me wrong. I think they've got to be in the markets for sort of players like his talent. But you don't over push things. I mean, if it happens, and great, you'll be really happy. But there's lots and lots of speculation around this time, Al. You just hope it comes true. But what he's done, Vinicius Junior, he's worked both teams, isn't he? He's gone, right, Arsenal interested. They're going to give me so and so. And he's probably wanted to stay at Real Madrid, but he's used Arsenal as a weapon to say, this is what you'll give me if I'm going to stay. And as soon as they said, right, we're getting a bit worried now, he could be leaving. They've gone, right, we're going to give you the money. And he's gone, right, great, I'll stay. Yeah. Perfect. So he's used Arsenal to get more money.
He's a special.
Oh, absolutely. And it would have been an unbelievable signing and a big statement for Arsenal if they did get him. But a lot of my Arsenal mates were saying, no, I don't think we're going to get him, are we? I said, no, probably not. But if they do get him, it'd be fantastic for the club.
Yeah. Andy Townsend was alongside Max Scott on Drive yesterday when the news broke. And he said the Vinny deal came as no surprise.
You get wind of someone like Vinicius Junior may be available, and you are the champions, and you are still going for Champions League glory, etc., etc. I think you've got to be interested. I think as a big club, you've got to be interested. And look, Madueke, Martinelli, Trossard's gone, obviously, but Bukayo Saka, they got some very good players in those areas. But Vinicius Junior one side, Bukayo Saka on the other side. I think that would have been pretty serious stuff. Yeah. But not to be. He's going to be in the white of Real Madrid. And look, I think Real Madrid is the greatest football club on the planet. I do. I think it's the one everyone would want to play for. And if you're there and you're still a regular and they convince you that your future's there, why would you want to go?
Andy Townsend there. Now,
talks a lot of sense, Andy.
Oh, he's a good man.
Top man.
Good man. Good player. Good man.
Yeah,
good round. Nice guy.
Yeah.
One player they do seem to have got over the line, that is Newcastle's Bruno. talkSPORT understands Arsenal have agreed a deal worth $75 million for Brazilian. The prices have gone.
Well, it's crazy.
He's a good player. 75.
Oh, absolutely.
Anything over 100 million now, I'm thinking, really?
Well, everybody's at least 60 now.
Yeah.
When you think about it, I'm not being rude, but an average player is 60 million. It's the way it is. If any top team want a player, it's always over 50 or 60 million now, isn't it? And look, Bruno he was skipper at Newcastle. Newcastle fans might be a little bit disappointed.
Well, I'm going to ask you, Newcastle fans, give us a shout.
I feel sorry for them because
I don't know what sort of season you're going to have this year. It's a shame because just from the potential and the excitement was there, suddenly, oh no.
Yeah, it's going to be really weird. I think it's going to be a really good Premier League next year.
By the way, I'm not slagging the new manager off because he comes with a good pedigree, but we don't know of him. And Newcastle are a massive club. People are scratching their heads saying,
well, they've got to give him a chance, haven't they?
Who is this guy? That's what they're saying. Who is this guy?
I think Newcastle fans have got to be realistic. They've lost some really big players, haven't they? I mean, you lose your captain, Tonali, Gordon. So they've got to be realistic next year. Get right behind him. Who knows? It might be, they've brought a couple of players in as well. It might have a good season again, Newcastle. Well, I hope he does well, because when you go into a new club, You want managers.
Oh, by the way, he's already come out and said, listen, what's happened with players leaving, extras, I'm not blaming anyone.
Yeah,
I've got a job.
You've got to be positive. Yeah,
exactly. And
you can't be on the back foot. You can't have excuses. And I'm pleased he said that, because he's got to deal with what's happened in the club, and then whoever he's got left, he's got to get the best out of the players he's got left, and simple as that. So I hope he does well, because Newcastle's a magnificent club, great supporters. And look, I'm sure the support going to get right behind them. They'll be a little bit disappointed with the players they've lost, but
let me ask you this, Ray, right? And it's a difficult one because you're an Arsenal man. Will Spurs finish above Villa and Newcastle?
I think Spurs are going to have a good season. I've got a few bets on down the pub, Al, and I've got Tottenham not to get in the top 6, which I'm worried about now. I think they could get definitely in the top 6 this year. Top 4, maybe, because the problem you're going to have...
Liverpool and Man U will come strong.
Yeah, look, you don't know what the manager's going to do. This is why it's going to be a really intriguing season, because Liverpool, new manager. You can argue Manchester United, new manager. I know Michael Carrick was a caretaker to the end of the season, but now he's a new manager. It's a different ball game. You've got all the top sides have been new managers. Chelsea, how's Chelsea going to do? They brought a bit of experience in Jordan Henderson and people like that, and Danny Welbeck, which is good for the dressing room, I should imagine. So a lot of clubs and a lot of supporters out there are going to be really unknown how their season's going to go. It should be. That's why it's going to be such a good season.
What about this story then? We'll get more on Arsenal later in the show. Plus, we're going to be diving into those rumours, and it's only rumours, linking Spurs, Cristiano Romero with a move to Arsenal. That ain't going to happen.
No, I can't see that, but who knows? Football never surprises you. Football never surprises you out these days. I mean, if that happened, you'd be like, what?
Yeah.
So let's see what happens. But no, I do believe Spurs will have a good season.
Your thoughts on Vinicius Jr. then, Arsenal losing out in that? Were you hopeful or were you doubtful?
Do you know what? I was a little bit in the middle, really. I thought, look, he's a player that will certainly improve Arsenal. There's no doubt about that. He's got so much talent. But also, he's at Real Madrid, like Andy Townsend said. Why would you want to leave Real Madrid, as Andy says? But whether he wanted a different change of lifestyle and whatever, whether he wanted to go to London, I don't know. But I think what he's done, he's played the market, isn't he? So he's gone, right, we know Arsenal are interested. His agent's probably going to Real Madrid. Well, Arsenal, we're thinking about going to Arsenal, and they've panicked a little bit, probably got an unbelievable deal now, 6-year contract. And he's gone, right, okay, yeah, I'll stay then. Yeah. Done. And so he's played both sides, really, which a lot of agents do, a lot of players do as well. But I was always 50-50, really. If he comes to the club, great. But if he doesn't, it's not the end of the world.
Absolutely, you move on from it. I mean, it's absolutely dead now. He is staying at Real Madrid for 6 years, as you mentioned. But, you know, how important was that to get that idea that Arsenal were starting to flirt with world-class players, with somebody who would be a marquee signing?
You've got to do that. You've got to do that.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, you've got to do that.
They've done it. The champions got a final. You know, why wouldn't you?
And the club's in a really good position at the moment with finances and whatever. I mean, Josh Kroenke's really stepped it up another level really now and he trusts the manager Arteta to say, right, you know, we're going to really go with him and see what he needs and he's brought a title to the table now. So now it's building on that. And look, we've seen Man City dominate over the years. Liverpool obviously got much better now and all the sort of sides. And now Chelsea are trying to probably get back to top level as well. So that's why it's going to be a great season. But I think Arsenal certainly will be favourites to win it. But I think it's going to be an interesting season as well. I think there's going to be a couple of real good big surprises, don't you think, Al? I mean, whether Chelsea are going to get back to...
Chelsea's a funny one.
Yeah, Alonso, I really like Alonso. I think but you just don't know how people can...
I think United are
going to have a good season.
Yeah, I think so.
I think Liverpool a little bit... Who knows how Liverpool are going to go?
I think they'll go well.
Yeah, I think that's why it's going to be a really interesting
You've not
season.
even mentioned Man City.
Yeah, Man City still have a good season.
Yeah.
Absolutely, but it does make you think...
Spurs as well. Can Spurs really step up now, try and get that top six?
You know, splashing the cash. We'll get to Romero in just a second. But Gabby had mentioned yesterday, Gabby Agbon-Lahore, that Arsenal fans who felt that this Vinicius deal would happen are deluded.
I'm sure Arsenal fans don't listen to Gabby anyway.
Fine, just checking.
That's a bit hard.
No, I'm just being honest, Dale.
Where'd you go next though, Ray? I mean, who's the pivot? Is it Barcola? Is it Rashford?
Well, you've got to be in the market for those guys. I think Barcola is Liverpool, isn't he, bound?
He's like
his favourite for Liverpool. But a striker for me is we always keep saying. I know Gyökeres it'll be whether he can have a better season next year, but I think striker-wise, I think they do definitely need another striker.
Who would be on your list?
That's the big problem. I don't know. I mean, this is where you get paid lots of money, is to be a director of football, to go out there and find someone who's going to fit the bill. I don't know. I mean, it's a hard one to call. And the problem you have is when you...
Yeah, but Havertz, he's picked up.
Yeah, Havertz, he can play as a striker or just behind, but you still need that number. See, Arsenal have always had fantastic strikers over the years when I played. I mean, Ian Wright back in the day. Then you had, in my era, you had Thierry Henry, you had Nicolas Anelka, you had Dennis Bergkamp, you had Carnu, you had Will Tord. You even had Francis Jeffers at one stage as a fifth striker.
So you
need two or three.
No, you do,
top
especially
strikers, Al. You know, you as a striker yourself, they can win your games. Yeah. You know, when you're up against it, one chance.
Especially if you get guys that can deliver and you get the service from great passing. And that's exactly what Bruno, hopefully Arsenal will be hoping for. Let's hear David Seaman on Bruno's signing.
It's a marquee signing. It's a player that's signed for now, not in a couple of years or anything like that. He's a sign for now, you know, because of all his experience in the Premier League. You know, and will he make the side better? I'm sure he will. You know, him and Odegaard, obviously now there's competition in that place. You know, and if Declan's, you know, feeling an injury or whatever, like he has been in the World Cup, then you've still got Odegaard and Guimaraes, so it's about having a great squad, which is what Arsenal have got. We saw that last season. We saw how important that was, and now we've added to that as well. Plus we're Premier League champions again.
He's looking cool, Dave, isn't he?
He's had a bit of something. Miami Vice. It's all croc.
He looks like he's in the Grease film.
Yeah, Miami Vice.
He looks brilliant.
Yeah, by the way, he'll be happy. Leeds have signed that youngster Trafford.
Yeah, good
goalkeeper. I'm a
40
big Leeds fan,
million.
isn't he?
40 million.
I know,
Trafford.
amazing.
He's a good keeper, though.
Yeah, very
good.
much so. Just Christos Solis, he seems to be doing the rounds. Apparently, he's earned this
He
nickname.
looks decent.
Apparently, his fitness is incredible as well, Ray. That's the kind of chat going around from pre-season. Like you say, Bruno Guimaraes, pleased with that signing. What does he add to the?
He knows the Premier League.
Does he get you the Champions League, Ray?
If you ask any, we were talking about earlier in the break. I mean, I think. Obviously, PSG would be favourites for the Champions League, but I'm sure they're going to go to the latter stages again. It's just trying to get there, and it could have gone either way. The final. I mean, when Raya saved that penalty, you think, and then obviously Eze misses and Gabriel misses, and anything can happen in a penalty shootout. So at least they're trying to compete and try nearly winning the Champions League. But I think Bayern Munich could be up there, wouldn't they?
Well, I don't.
I think Arsenal will be probably third favourites for the Champions League. I should imagine.